Good evening, good evening, good evening. So this is something different. This is actually something I've been doing for a while, but there have been some things that I've decided to do, and this is the beginning of it. So I do these virtual Lego things every once in a while, and I post them on my channel. However, my channel is getting a bit clogged on YouTube because I kind of tend to pile up a whole bunch of things from different categories all into the same thing, and it's kind of getting messy, and I don't really like messy. So I would like to make some kind of a cleanup. So I'm just gonna dedicate my YouTube channel for gaming, and I'm gonna create a second channel where I'm gonna just do Legos, and that's it. And this is the start of it. I actually did Legos quite a bit, but I'm just gonna start it from where I wanted to start it to begin with. Now, this is going to be virtual Lego building. I'm gonna go through official Lego sets through time, and for starters, I'm gonna get you familiar with what I'm going to be using for that. The first and basic thing that we're going to be using is this program, this magnificent program called stud.io or Studio, which has a database of pretty much every block that was made. I don't know how far back. I think all the 1975. There are some blocks still missing, but I think that like 90+% of all blocks ever made is in this program. This program is made so that you can create your own Lego designs. It's actually linked with Bricklink and a couple of other places as well. It also allows you to both render your builds and even create your custom instructions. So it's a very advanced program for Lego building. But what it allowed me to do is to do something that I wanted to do since my childhood and I wasn't able to, because Legos are expensive. I come from a country where disposable funds are not really a thing. I mean, they are if you're lucky, but you have better things to spend your money on. So Legos were not exactly a thing. I did get a few Lego sets growing up, but there were very few. And I could always see the commercials on TV about Legos, and all I could do about them is dream about them and look at them in the Lego idea books, which were also, by the way, not free. I don't think they're free still. I don't know if their idea books are still a thing. So idea books are something that probably is only gonna be familiar to people who are big fans of Lego. Idea books were, well, they were books which had not only official sets but also like suggestions and possible alternate builds, so that you can play around with the sets you already have, or just basically get an idea of what you wanted to build. There will be a couple of websites that I use for this. Oh, let's click there. First and foremost, this is where I get all of my instructions. These are all official instructions from Lego going all the way down to 1965, but I'm gonna be starting on 1980 because before 1980 the sets were kind of rudimentary and they were more open. They weren't as set in a specific time and place, and well, there were sets that were slowly getting to the point that as we know them today. For me, I think 1980 is the year where we can pretty much draw a line where Lego sets become entrenched in the way that we know them today. I think that's a fair thing to say, just as a point of comparison. So actually, I might be wrong, because I did the 1980 sets when I was starting it before, but looking at the sets now, I might actually go even further back than 1980. Hello there, Vic. Nice to see you there. Welcome, welcome. So let me see. Sets by year. So let's see, 1979. How did it look 1978? Oh yeah, I think we're gonna go even further back because there's Technics here. This is 1978. So these sets go back quite a long way. Like it's 1977. Ah, yes. So yeah, I definitely want to do this as well. 1976. Ah, yeah. So this is where we kind of have a cutoff. You can see that these builds don't really have a place for the minifig to actually sit in. I will still try to do this here. Also, I don't know if the program has all of these. Oh, Vic, this is gonna be a short stream for me, so I will definitely jump in yours after I'm done with this. I just wanna start this up. Let me see, 1975, will we include that? This is even more basic, and now it gets more roundabout. But yeah, I do want to do these sets as well. 1974. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They become more and more open, as in you can see that you can put a minifig in it, and it's just very, very rudimentary. Very, very rudimentary. Yeah, I think this is the cutoff point. I think this is the cutoff point. We're gonna do from 1975. 1975 onwards. I think I'm gonna be able to do the sets from, even though some of these are also very, very, very basic. Very, very basic. So the reason why I'm figuring this out is because some of these sets are so basic, and I mean, it's cool to see them 30 years later, or in this case like 60 years later, but this is a good example. So this is a Lego station, and this is it. It's very, very simple. It's like this is something that you would as a kid build on your own on average. It lacks identity and charm, and it's still fine. It's just not the Lego sets as we know them today, with a particular theme. So let's pick. I might actually go back to what I said originally and just go from 1984 onwards. There is another reason why I want to go from 1980, and that's because those are the sets that I grew up with. Because they were all... I was born in 1985, and sets from 1980 were still very heavily in circulation. So forget my tangent, we're gonna go from 1980. Of course, if you want to do it yourself, you can. This is free. All of this is free. You can do it in your own time. But this is how I'm gonna be doing it. So we're gonna start from 1980. I think that's far enough to be interesting, yet the sets are much more developed. They are in the way that we know them today, which is what's important to me, that it's recognizable as a Lego set that we still buy to this day. The other website that I will be using is the Rubricable, and this one is important because it gives me codes of the bricks that are missing or that I need to find, because these are usually, when you load up a set, it usually comes with all of the blocks, but some of the codes have been changed over the years, so the program won't find it correctly. And in those cases, you just go here, you go to the set that you want to have a look at, because this has all of them, and you look at the inventory. And if you don't find it there, you will always, yeah. I'm sorry for using AdBlock, but I have to use AdBlock. Rubricable brick set, there we go. If you don't find it here, you will find it here on Brickset. These websites are also where you can buy builds, and this is why they're connected to the program, because you can make your own design, make an instruction book for it, and you can have it then. You can have these websites assemble those sets for you and send you the pieces you need, and you can have your own custom set, which is all well and good. And I think that's enough of an introduction on what this whole thing is going to be, and we're gonna go into our first set.